Cicada 3301, one of the internet's biggest mysteries. Yet many people nowadays don't know about it. On January 4th, 2012, a user on 4chan posted this image to the site's random board. The user was anonymous and went by the 4-digit name of 3301. The user challenged other users to uncover the hidden message in the image. This started one of the craziest scavenger hunts the internet has ever seen. A couple minutes after that image was posted, someone found out that opening the file in a text editor will release a string of readable code, and below it is a cipher. A cipher is a string of code that's mixed up and you have to figure out how to put it back together. That cipher then turns into a link to a website with a picture. At first, it looked like a dead end, but using a software called Outguess, you could find some hidden information embedded into the image. In the code of the image, there was a link to a subreddit. In that subreddit, there was yet another link, this time to a book. If you read page 30 in the book, there is a hidden code. That code then led to a phone number, which when called, played a pre-recorded message. Sadly, I was not able to find it, so I cannot show it to you. However, I will leave a link to a YouTube video where you can watch it. I recommend that you watch it right now. Things will make a lot more sense. By the next day, the original image had been reposted hundreds of times. It turned out that the other 2 digits in the phone number were actually the dimensions of a picture. If you multiply 509 times 503 and then you times that by 3301, the answer is 845,145,127. If you add www dot to the beginning of the letters and then you add a .com at the end, it turns out to be a web address. The website was a countdown with a picture of a cicada. Once the countdown ended, the page updated into a list of coordinates. No one really knew what the whole thing was about. Some thought it was a way for a government or an army to recruit people, or for a release of a video game, which is actually more valid than it may seem. You see, they did something similar for the release of Halo 2, but the gaming theory was quickly disposed of for the lack of commercialization. But in 2013, the GCHQ launched a recruitment program called Can You Find It? The people who participated had to decrypt a number of puzzles hidden across the internet. The people who solved it were either rewarded with a prize, for instance a Raspberry Pi PC, or even a job at the government. Some people thought it was just a hoax, or a joke. However, other people didn't think that it could be a joke, because why would someone go through all of this trouble for a joke? And other people didn't really know what to think at all. Anyways, back to where we left off. It was now up to the people living near the coordinates to go to them. The QR code led to a riddle. The riddle led to a book, and the book led to a website. But here, things were different. Only a couple of the first people to reach the website were actually allowed in the website. Then, in a couple of days, the site closed down with a sign saying, "We want the best, not the followers." The finalists were warned not to tell others or share the details of this private stage with anyone else. But given that we know this, it doesn't seem that all of them listened. But it seemed that the people who kept their promise and made it finished the puzzle. For a while, people heard nothing about the puzzle until a picture showed up on the subreddit. As you can see in the picture, it says that Cicada have found the people that they have sought for. Lots of people thought it was just a wild goose chase because of how it just ended. But this was not the end. The person or people who made this test put something called a PGP signature at the end of every picture. This was made so that people could use softwares to make sure that it was actually from Cicada and not just a random person. So in this image was posted exactly 1 year and 1 day after the original image, lots of people were freaking out about it. The test test was like the first one. The image led to a message, the message led to a book, and the book led to a link. At one point, a song named The Instar Emergence was found. There was also a Twitter account that led to an image. The image was very important to the puzzle, but at the time, no one really knew what it meant. I mean, it's an alphabet that's in a runic form. Once again, the second puzzle also led to the real world when a list of coordinates were released. Some of the places where they were located were Okinawa, Japan, Moscow, Russia, Little Rock, Arizona, USA, and Columbus, Georgia, USA. Once again, the second puzzle went cold. A select few of people were selected just like the first puzzle, but unlike the first puzzle, it did not end with a message on the subreddit. So, that was it. That was the end of the second puzzle. But that wasn't the end of the story. At the beginning of 2014, it was time for the third puzzle. Once again, the picture led to an image, the image led to a message, and the message led to a book. And the book led to a link. But this time, the puzzle seemed to revolve around a book. The book was titled Liber Primus, which means first book in Latin. Funnily enough, the book was made by Cicada. The alphabet uncovered in the second puzzle finally made sense, because most of the book was in that runic alphabet. But even though it has been 8 years, most of the book has still not been uncovered. As 2015 came around, no new puzzle came about. Then 2015 left, and it was the beginning of 2016. Lots of people thought that Liber Primus had to be finished being deciphered. This was then confirmed by Cicada. It has been 8 years, and still Liber Primus has not yet been deciphered. Now there are new questions. Who is the maker of Cicada? What is the purpose of it? What happened to those who finished the puzzle? This is the unsolved mystery of Cicada 3301. Before this video ends, I want to say a couple of things. First of all, I want to go check out Nox Populari's YouTube channel if you want a more in-depth version of everything I just said. Second of all, I just want to say a huge thanks to Lemino. I would very much go check out his YouTube channel, Lemmino. He makes great content, and he's the thing that gave me the entire idea of doing this thing. Third of all, please subscribe and like the video. It took a long time to make, so I'd greatly appreciate it. And fourth of all, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys later. See ya!